firm in New York. I didn't bother to write down the law firm because it really doesn't matter. Who is Cliff?
He's played by Andre Nemec, who actually went on to become a writer.
Really?
Yeah, let's see here. Let's see. Started out doing
Well, he's definitely a good actor, so there you go.
Well, he started out doing TV. He then went on to write Mission Impossible: Ghost Protocol. Well, co-write that. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. The Michael co-write that one. He co-wrote the sequel Out of the Shadows. He's writing for Zoo currently.
Okay.
On upcoming projects, he's actually working on the next Beverly Hills Cop movie. And as far as acting goes, this was, I think, one of his few major roles.
Quote unquote.
Well, actually, I think this is actually his only major role because he mainly did a lot of guest work, and his last role before 2015 was in Lois and Clark. He played Jerry White.
Okay.
Jerry White. Well, his last role was a cameo in Project Almanac.
Well, he hit on Veronica because really they knew each other. Blah, 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 blah.
Reminds me of that Rick guy from the movie.
I was thinking that, and he probably didn't want to use the character again.
Yeah,
that's probably what it was. Thank you. I was wondering why it reminded me of somebody from the movie. Thank you.
Yeah, I think they gave some of his traits to Lance Dowds in the Clerks 2.
So, I do love the fact that...
and speaking of which, the plot of this with Dante's dad trying to get him to go do a better job, it actually feels like the plot of Clerks 2.
It really does, a little bit.
Where he's thinking of just going to Florida and doing that car thing, the car wash thing, because it's what's expected of him.
Yeah, it does feel like that.
Yeah, so why do I have the feeling that he saw us, he thought, it's shit.
It's a good storyline. Let's just go with it.
It's a shit pilot, but it's a good storyline, so.
Yeah, well, it also worked better in Clerks too.
Yeah.
So, with Jennifer Schwalbach being in that movie as well. Yeah. Anyway, I did enjoy the line that Dante tried to kick him out, and he said, "We're closing." And Cliff asked, "I thought you were 24 hours," and Dante's reaation was, "Not at night too," which doesn't make any sense.
It's like Sex Panther. 60% of the time, it works all the time.
So we talk about how come Dante and them don't like Cliff. Apparently, they were painting Bookley Tower. And
the water tower. The water tower, yeah.
So stupid.
They were graffitiing Bookley Tower. The police caught him, and Cliff sold him out.
Yeah.
Basically, he froze and sold him out.
So I did write down that Veronica calls him charming, focused, and motivated. And Todd comes back with, "and with silk hair that begs to be touched." And Randall, the best part was Randall, "I'd love to disagree with you, but I can't."
Boy, Randall, still waters run deep there, eh?
So,
and I thought Jay was the closeted gay man in denial.
And of course, he's an adult, and Veronica walks out.
Well, then again, he's also the guy who has no shame in watching hermaphroditic porn.
So, they walk out, she walks out, and Dante asks, "I really suck in high school?" And Randall does say yes. So we cut to the next morning, I guess, or later on this night. Was it later this night or next morning at this point?
I think it may have been the next morning, maybe.
Well, he
and in Randall's defense, high school never really ends.
Well, depends on where you go. He's leaving a message for Veronica. He says to ignore the other 3 messages, including ignore the bitter, hostile one. Just deal with the lonely, pathetic one, apparently. Why not? So, apparently they got into another fight about something about, this is exactly what I wrote down, something about not participating in my own life. Maybe I should have been paying attention. And he's going off this whole diatribe, and Randall...
That actually sounds more like a Randall line.
Well, Randall was in deep thought thinking about pie during this entire monologue.
Which honestly does sound like Randall.
That does not surprise me whatsoever.
Yeah, which honestly does sound like Randall.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me whatsoever.
Actually does sound like me at times, too.
Actually, that sounds like Jim Brewer in general. Anyway, so he's going to make a call. The job phone call. That sounds pretty funny. So Randall starts running down things you're going to miss, like spying on the midnight aerobics class. Why not? There's scrolls in the parking lot. What? And bagel hockey, which actually does sound like fun.
And honestly does sound like something the pair of them would do.
On the roof, though.
Yeah.
On the roof.
Well, they should have done that when they lost the ball. Get a bagel. Bagel. Problem solved.
Great idea. So we go inside, and this is the part where I'm like, wow, this just went very, very dark. Where Dante makes a phone call. He gets the interview, and then he turns to Randall and said, "Do you think I made a mistake?" And Randall does a full-out detailed miming of hanging yourself. Oh my God, this was dark.
Well, that's actually something I do.
Dude, it was dark. What the fuck?
Well, no, I done the detailed hanging yourself.
The
But,
over the topness of it. It was like, oh my God.
although, once again, it does really sound like something Randall would do.
Yeah, but that was dark.
Yeah.
So this is supposed to be a comedy show. Anyway, dark.
Dark comedy.
Oh my God. So we cut to Todd saying, you really want to be an insurance agent if they'll have me, and this leaves to Dante practicing "You're not covered" 3 different ways, and all of the thing I'm just sitting like, what the fuck? Seriously?
And then the last way goes, "You're not covered," while pointing. But he goes, "Wow, that actually, I like that one the best. It actually made me feel like I wasn't covered."
So we, Randall runs in with an idea on how to get Sandra to like Todd, and we'll have a mixer on Thursday night. She'll get drunk, you'll look good, and do the Dante's line of needing more beer for that, which is a very funny line.
Well, I'm going to have to order more beer.
And that's just friends being friends. I got no problem with that joke. Very funny.
It actually sounds like the only way I'll get laid.
So, or was I? Needs more beer.
Okay,
oh yeah,
right,
sorry.
yeah.
My father lands. Oh yeah, he says we find out Thursday night, and Dante has his job interview on Friday morning. He wants to be an adult and not do this. I understand that.
Yeah.
But I don't know where the fuck this one came from. But Randall says my father lands jumbo jet loaded all the time.
So he was the inspiration for Flight.
What the fuck?
I'm guessing probably the rash of drug pilots in the 1990s.
Seriously.
Apparently, it was so much that they actually made a joke about it on The Simpsons, where Homer,
I'm not surprised about that.
where Homer, looking for a new water go after getting thrown out of Moe's, actually borrows a pilot's uniform to get into a pilot's-only bar called the Black Box, and
like
actually winds up getting mistaken for a pilot and has to fly a plane.
Like you do. So anyway, he doesn't want to have it at the
Quick
stop,
the faux stop.
full stop. And because he wants to make sure he has the reference, which leads to Randall wondering what the hell a reference is. And Todd said it's like a rap sheet with only good stuff, which might just be the best explanation for a reference sheet ever. I didn't expect it. It was very funny.
There's a whole lot of truth in that.
That's a very good line. So we find out at the end of this whole little scene, as Randall and Todd are storming out, that apparently they had an oath in 8th grade: you do what comes easiest. The minute it gets difficult, you quit. The fuck?
It kind of sounds like a lot of people I work with.
And then magically it's Thursday. Apparently magically it's Thursday night. This is a really strange time frame.
Well, the sun didn't set, it crashed.
I know, seriously, magically it's Thursday night. I don't know what the hell day they started the scene on. We cut back to the video store.
In the middle of the mixer.
In the middle of the mixer, and Sandra, I keep saying her name wrong. I want to say Sasha because I've seen the wrestling, but Sandra. She pretty much admits to burning a man in a tanning booth after 5 hours.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, she said she forgot he was in there because he fell asleep, and she only realized that he was in there when she smelled something cooking.
I can't.
Like, and you thought the miming hanging was dark.
Wow. Todd Jones makes like lemonade lemonades and pretty much says, "Oh, I'm a woman who can cook." Wow, thank you for that.
I have to say, nice attempt at a save.
Well, it worked because Cassandra starts hitting on him, saying that she wants to pretty much fuck at a tanning salon. Tanning salon bed. Why not? And I don't blame Todd, and I can't blame Todd here
because
whatsoever.
Todd just has a full-out BSOD.
And then Randall slaps him in the head, and Todd just goes with the conversation. Can't blame him at all.
Which actually was a good moment.
I can't argue that was very funny. Yeah. So we cut back to the full stop, and Ray is back.
Trying to take out a giant bag of ice.
What the fuck?
And I remember you were actually laughing at that.
It was so ridiculous. It was one of those what the fuck funny moments. Like, that's just over the top. That's just ridiculous.
And how was he going to get that past Dante? What was he going to say? He was pregnant or something?
Like, there are ways of getting around it. That was just over the top. I understood the point of the joke. That's what made it funny. Yeah. It was just a way of getting Ray at the register to let them know that Cliff's having a party. Yeah. And Veronica's at the party.
And he basically says, he said if I brought him the ice, he'd let me stay outside and watch.
What the fuck? Seriously.
And to which I have to say, wow, how desperate are you for that?
Well, apparently he's very desperate. But he got Deontay very jealous. Yeah. and left Ray in charge of the store, and we'll get to that later.
Which basically
We knew this was going to be an issue. We'll get to that later.
It's about as good of an idea as leaving the nuclear codes with a 6-year-old.
We'll move on. He goes to Randall for help, and Randall, and this is not Jim Brewer acting. This is just Jim Brewer being Jim Brewer. Yeah. He goes with this whole, "You hurt me, Dante. I don't even know who you are anymore." I swear I took that right out of his act. I swear. And and Dante pretty much promises Randall that his idea is going to be stupid, and we can get into a lot of trouble, which Randall loves.
Which honestly does sound like Randall.
So they run off, and they steal Todd on the way. Yeah. And Todd is pissed, and I don't blame him. I don't blame him at all.
No, my luck.
Why did they have to grab Todd? I don't understand the point of that at all.
Because they're life-wrecking idiots.
So,
I would, knowing my luck, that would happen.
So, Cliff, back to Cliff's place, and Cliff's place looks terrible. By the way, I know that
it's a dump.
Absolute dump.
But to their credit, they actually do remark on that.
And do comment on that. So he's having he wanted the high school ambiance to a party, and they're playing Vanilla Ice, which Randall has a lot of fun with.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Oh wow, yeah, it really did match that high school ambiance. Vanilla Ice.
So Dante convinces Cliff to go back to painting the tower from earlier, because why not?
Because he's petty.
So we get back to the top of the tower. Cliff is blitzed off his mind, or just really overreacting. I'm not quite sure at this point.
Perhaps he's high from the paint.
Any of the above at this point. Why not? So, Dante finally admits that he had a mental tattoo of the evening the last time they were on this tower.
And pretty much just wants him to go through the same thing that he did.
And, Veronica comes up to try to stop them. Pretty much Dante admits to Veronica that he was just trying to show them Cliff was a weasel. Yeah. And, Veronica already knew this. Cliff doesn't want to get in trouble because he'll lose a job in New York.
And cue the cops.
Yeah, the cops show up. Dante takes the blame after Cliff starts crying.
And also tries to run away, only to realize that he's running in circles on a water tower.
Which is ridiculously dumb.
Yeah. Well, then again, he's also drunk off his ass, so...
So Veronica actually sees this, and we cut to the cop car, where Dante and Veronica were both arrested. And I do love Dante trying to make out with her in the car. That was very funny.
So, want to make out? It just gives him this death glare that...
It's a funny joke. It's a very funny throwaway joke. I'll give credit where it's due.
Yeah.
I'll give credit to the good.
It also does call back to earlier. Said, you want to top this evening off? Sex in a car.
Yeah, it was a good throwaway line. So, she said she's not going to break up with him. And she saw a glimmer of hope in him tonight.
Oh, she's still pissed as hell with him. But
it's a fight. We're having a fight. And that happens. Yeah. So, he tells her he's going to take that job because being mature means never having to say you're happy. Wow! That was a weird way to go, but why not? It fits this series. Fits this weird episode we're watching. Yeah. She wants him to work harder at being himself. That's all. They do the I love you thing, and that makes the cop cry and let them go.
He goes, go on before I change my mind.
End of show. Oh. Credits! Yeah. And Mr. Can't Even Tell hit by Soul Asylum, which I do love that song.
Yeah. And hey, at least they actually put in a continuity nod to the movie.
They also opened up with the Clerks song, too, for the movie. Both songs were from the movie, so I know that. But, we were watching security footage of Ray in speedy motion like the fucking Flash, emptying the entire content of the post stop, which it's ridiculous. Over the top end of show.
It's one of those where it's so ridiculous it's funny.
Yeah, and
it ends with him stealing the security camera.
That's funny part. If they wouldn't want to do the full song, or they couldn't get the rights, just put Benny Hill music over that. There you go. You got the ending of the show. I don't know how to rate this. Like
I don't think you can rate this.
Like we had a weird jump. Like we had a weird jump from last.
I rated Fish out of 10.
I can't rate this. This is a weird show.
It's not good. It's not bad. It had some moments.
It's just weird. It was just a weird 22 minutes. It just suffers
from being watered down.
Here's what I'll do. I will put the show the actual what we watched
Yeah.
in the show notes on the website, and you can watch